E aí, moçada, quem tá falando aqui é o Bruno. E nesse vídeo vamos jogar só mais 5 minutos de A Golden Wake. Nesse jogo, que é um point and click, bom e velho point and click, saudades Full Throttle. Nesse jogo a gente é um corretor de imóveis. E a gente se mete em altas aventuras na década de 50 ou 60, se não me engano. Então, vamos lá, vamos ver como é que é esse joguinho. Na verdade é 1920, é a década de 20 isso aqui. Nova York, 1921.
Well, Alfie, old boy, looks like it's another day, another dollar.
Alfie, somos nós.
Telephone to lure victim. Get your newspapers here. Only five. Good morning, Mr. Banks.
Good
Eu sou
morning,
Mr.
Lyle.
Banks.
Aren't you cold standing out here in this weather?
A little, but I have to work. Otherwise, I'll be cold anyway.
And hungry.
So, what's
Yeah.
the news of the day?
I could tell you all of it, but then I wouldn't make any money, would I? If you want
Esperto,
the
hein?
news, buy yourself a paper. They're only a nickel.
You're a shrewd businessman, Lyle. Ever thought about going into real estate?
No, sir.
Have a good day, Lyle.
You too, Mr. Banks.
Morris and Banks. Deve ser aqui então, né? Vamos lá.
Morning, fellas. What's the good word?
Good morning, Banks.
Morning, Banks.
Horse feathers. Why is it so hot in here?
Morris apparently has a chill. He set the heating on as high as it goes this morning. Suggs and I had to prop the door open so we didn't sweat to death.
We must be raking in a fair amount this month if he can afford to do that.
I sure wish that kid outside would pipe down.
I know what you mean, Larry. He's giving me a headache.
Ok. Suggs.
Suggs,
Yeah, Banks?
how are you today, Suggs?
I can't really complain. Well, I mean, I could complain, but who would listen?
How are your sales going this week?
And not so great. I had a sweet old lady yesterday who was this close to buying an apartment for her cat.
I'm sure things will pick up.
And I'm sure you'd know, being Morris's right hand and all.
Now, Suggs, that's hardly fair. You know we're all equal in here.
Ah, you're right. Forget I said anything.
I'll just let you get back to it.
Thanks.
E você é o Murphy.
Got a minute, Murphy?
Sure, but I'm still on the clock.
Fale
Everything
sobre
going all right
você.
with you, Murphy?
Yep, everything's copacetic.
Culpa séria.
Sales going okay for you?
Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot better, too. You ever going to share your good fortune with us, Banks?
What do you mean?
You always seem to manage to get the best leads. That's pretty lucky, don't you think?
I'm not sure I like what you're implying, Murphy.
Not implying, just observing. Anyway, let's drop it.
I'll let you get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, Banks, Morris wanted to see you. Said it was important.
Thanks for letting me know when I walked in, Suggs.
Hey, it's been a busy morning. It must have slipped my mind.
O que é aqui? Cozinha. Ok. O velho quer falar com a gente. Vamos lá então. Deve ser essa outra porta aqui.
Good morning, Evan. Suggs said you wanted to see me?
Have a seat, Alfie.
This doesn't seem like a conversation that's going to be pleasant.
I'm afraid it isn't. You know I'm not the type to beat around the
Demitido.
bush, so here's the long and the short of it. We're not doing well. Sales are minimal and the competition is popping up all over town like a bad rash. I hate to do it, but we're going to have to let someone go.
I see. Who did you have in mind?
That's mainly why I asked to see you, Alfie.
Whoosh.
You have more contact with Suggs and Murphy, so I think this decision should be yours.
Well, I'm kind of on the spot here, but
Quem foi o mais... Acho que o Murphy, né? Falando que a gente tem vantagem. Murphy, Manda
I
o
think
Murphy embora.
Murphy should be the one let go. He means well, but he just doesn't perform as well as he could.
Very well, if that's what you think, then I trust your judgment. Thank you for your help, Alfie. It's always appreciated.
Anything else you need?
Not at the moment. Go ahead and check the assignment board in the break room for today's leads.
Will do.
Bora. Ah, os caras não estão aí.
And the son of a bitch says clear as day he means well, but doesn't perform as well as he could. Can you believe it? I'd be performing 3 times as well if Golden Boy didn't take all the good leads first. I mean, just because he's Hiram's son doesn't entitle him to...
Hey, quiet, somebody's coming.
Gentlemen.
Hello, Banks. Your meeting with Morris go well?
I would say so, yes.
Great to hear. Well, Murphy and I better get back to work.
É. Esse troço não tá legal não, hein? Peguei os nomes, ok. E vamos pro trabalho, é isso? Assim? Deixa eu falar com o Murphy ali.
Got a minute, Murphy?
Sure, but I'm still on the clock.
I'll let you get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Não tem nada pra falar mais não. E com Suggs.
Suggs,
Yeah, Banks?
I'll just let you get back to it.
Thanks.
Então vamos trabalhar, né?
Time to make some magic. Operator, connect me to the Stamford residence in Bensonhurst, if you would, please. Hello, is this Ms. Irene Stamford? Yes, hello. This is Alfred Banks calling from Morrison Banks. I just wanted to follow up on the deposit you put down in the apartment in Flatbush. No, thank you very much, Mr. Contis. A pleasure doing business with you. 5 sales in 30 minutes. I think that might be a new record.
Alfie, can you come here a moment?
What is it, Evan?
I'm running late for the weekly shareholders meeting. Could you lock up my office for me?
O
Of
Suggs
course.
não tá aqui.
Here's the key. I'll be back shortly.
What on earth was that?
Sounds like Suggs is being his clumsy old self as usual.
Vamos lá ver de qual é.
Suggs, what's going on?
I was trying to change a light bulb and slipped. But I'm fine. All that's hurt is my pride.
Here, let me help you clean up.
Thanks, Banks. I have to get back to it now.
Horse feathers! I completely forgot about locking up Morris's office.
Oops. Chave. Tranca. Ok.
I'm back, Alfie. Got my key?
Yes, Evan, here you are.
Alfie,
Yes?
where are tomorrow's leads?
I beg your pardon?
The leads for tomorrow? The
Oh,
ones
cara,
that were
robô.
on my desk? They're no longer on my desk. Where have they gone?
I have no idea. I haven't been in your office since this morning.
You know I trust you 100%, Alfie, but this is a very serious matter.
I'm aware of it. Look, I'll get Suggs and Murphy together and we'll look for them.
Or maybe you could just look under Banks's hat, Mr. Morris.
What?
We both saw you, Banks. There's no need to put on a charade.
Coming clean will save us all a
Olha
lot
só,
of embarrassment.
safados.
Is what they're saying true, Alfie?
What? No, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Then you won't mind me looking under your hat? Just to be sure you understand.
See for yourself.
Alfie. Really? You of all people?
Evan, please, you know me. Would I be capable of doing this?
I honestly don't know what to think, Alfie. You have
Vai,
to
você
admit,
confiava 100%?
this doesn't look good.
Well, there has to be a logical explanation, but I can tell you I didn't do this.
Alfie, look at it from my perspective. The leads were in my office when I left and gone when I came back. You were the only one with the key, and now they show up under your hat. What would you do in my shoes?
So does this mean I've been canned?
Dá pra você
I hate to do
entender
this,
que
Alfie. You know your
Se você
father and
confia
I were
mesmo?
great friends, and you've been an asset to this company.
é,
But for now, I think you should take an indefinite leave of absence.
você sabe que
Fine.
foi
I see how it is.
arranjado. Muito simples de ver isso. Ok.
I guess I'll see you fellas around.
Hey, no hard feelings, Banks. Here you go.
No hard
See?
feelings.
They ain't even wooden.
Taking an early lunch, Mr. Banks?
No,
Yeah.
Sure. Just taking an early lunch.
Well, if you need anything to read while you eat, I still got plenty of papers left.
Vamos daí.
Good morning, Mr. Banks.
Good morning, Lyle. Don't suppose
Buy
the
newspaper.
news of the day can be any worse than the morning I've had. Let me have a paper, please.
That'll be a nickel.
Thanks, Lyle. Murder, extortion, robbery, par for the course in this city. What's this? Merrick making waves in Florida?
There's currently a very promising land boom in Miami area, especially with regard to a development known as Coral Gables. Ah, esse é o que eu joguei no demo, Coral Gables. É pra lá que a gente vai. It goes on to state that the project leader, George Merrick, is currently hiring a team of real estate salesmen. Aí, ó, acabou de perder o emprego, vai pra lá.
Miami, eh? I've always heard that place was nothing more than glorified swampland. But I'll be damned if I'm just gonna roll over and freeze to death up here. When I'm finished down there, the name Banks will finally mean something again. So, Mr. Merrick, let's just see what you've got to offer.
Capítulo 1 completo. Não, agora que é o capítulo 1. Chegamos em Miami.
Hello, Miami. Alfie Banks. Huzzah! Oh, horse feathers. This humidity is something else. Right. I've got my luggage claim ticket. Now I just need to find this Hotel Belmont and...
Hey there! Hello!
Are you speaking to me, sir?
You see anybody else around, son? Come on over here and have a chat with old Doc Dammers, why don't you?
Ok.
May
Que
I
te
help you with
dizer?
something?
Pardon me for saying so, my boy, but I believe I'm the one who can offer you the help.
I'm really not interested in buying anything, sir.
Of course you aren't. Did you think I just fell off the turnip truck? I can tell a fellow salesman a mile away. You're here to get a piece of the action, aren't you?
Yes, I suppose I am.
Then consider this your own little welcoming committee. What did you say your name was?
I didn't. It's Banks. Alfred Banks.
Well then, welcome to Miami, Alfred Banks. By your complexion, I'm guessing you come from up north.
Yes, New York, actually.
Hell of a town, but you'll find we do things a bit differently down here. If you got any questions, feel free to ask.
What's the current market like down here? I've heard quite a few things back in New York.
People are buying left and right. It's a great time to be in real estate. Plenty of dough to be made. Every day, more and more locals and tourists come looking for their own spot of land, and we're here to sell. Mark my words, Banks, we're on the verge of something great.
I'm interested in this
fala
Coral
sobre
Gables
Coral
development
Gables.
I've heard about.
Oh, straight to the top, eh? They call it Miami's master suburb. It's been meticulously planned and is ready to start construction at any moment. Lots are going faster than a Tin Lizzie downhill. If you want to get involved there, you're going to need to talk to the man in charge, George Merrick.
E onde eu encontro ele?
Where can I find George Merrick?
He's got a sales office downtown, right on Flagler Street. Look for the building made of coral rock next to the Stocks and Bonds office. You can't miss it. Of course, George is incredibly busy these days and doesn't talk to just anyone.
Maybe not, but he'll talk to me.
I like your spirit, kid. You'll get places thinking like that.
Ok,
How long have you
e
been in this
você?
business?
Probably longer than you've been alive, son. Before this opportunity opened up, I was selling lots on Miami Beach for Carl Fisher himself. Surely you saw his billboard in Times Square.
You mean it's June in Miami? Of course, everyone saw that. It's partly what inspired me to come down here.
Glad to hear it. That's a perfect example of good marketing and knowing your audience. Why do you think I'm out here by the train station? New arrivals are the easiest to sell to. There's a free piece of advice for you, Banks.
Ok.
I appreciate the information, Mr. Dammers, but I'm afraid I must be going.
Of course, eager to get started, I understand. And believe me, there'll be plenty to do very soon.
It was a pleasure to have met you. Maybe I'll see you around town.
I can more or less guarantee that, my boy.
Claim ticket money. E onde que eu pego? Ok, então posso ir pro hotel. E onde que é o hotel? Vai lá de cá. Flagler Street. O hotel tá aqui.
Hello and welcome to the Hotel Belmont.
Fala
Excuse
com ele
me.
How may I help you, sir?
I'd like to
Reservation.
check in, please. My reservation was made under Banks, Alfred.
One moment, please. Yes, here you are. Your room will be the second door to your right when you get to the top of the stairs. Oh, someone was here earlier from the train station to deliver your luggage. It's been placed in your room. I'll just take that claim ticket off your hands for you.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem, sir. Please, let me know if I can assist you with anything else.
Is there anything you can tell an out-of-towner about this city?
Certainly. It's been growing at an alarming rate, especially in the past few years. There's no denying we're at the start of a land boom. I hear tell this new Coral Gables development is going to bring in thousands more people as well. At this pace, we could be the next Manhattan by 25.
Thank you for your assistance, my good man.
Happy to help.
Ok, upstairs. Qual que era o quarto? Ah, ele vai direto, ok. O que que eu tenho na minha mala? Note. Typewriter. Ah, tá. O ribbon. Ribbon é a fita. Por que que eu tenho uma fita de máquina de escrever? Se eu não tenho uma máquina de escrever. Nada aqui, então vamos procurar o rapaz lá, como é que chama? George Merrick. Que é isso aqui?
Hello, sir.
Oh,
Let me know if
records.
I can be of assistance.
Excuse me,
What can I do for you?
what
Records.
sort of records do you keep in this office?
All kinds. Marriage licenses, death certificates, property titles, you name it.
How far back do they go?
Not too far back. 30 years or so. The city wasn't officially incorporated until 1896, but I have some records going back to 1891. You let me know if there's anything you need to look up.
Have you always lived in Miami?
Nah, I moved down here from Philly after the war. Nice place. Can't beat the climate, that's for sure.
Thank you for your help.
Anytime.
Ok. Então aqui tem é o cartório, né? Então se precisar a gente tem que vir aqui. O que que eu tenho aqui? Nada? Coral Gables. Coral Gables. Vou falar com a mulherzinha aqui que eu
Pardon
quero
me,
falar com o
miss.
chefe dela.
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I'm just too busy for you right now. Perhaps you could come back another time?
Another time? I've just come all the way from New York. Surely there's something a lovely young lady like you can do to help out a man in need?
Look, Buster, I've heard it all before. Like I said, I haven't got time for you at this moment.
What seems to be the trouble?
Well, not that you'd care, but I need to get these letters written. And seeing as the weekly shipment of supplies has been delayed, I'm forced to do them by hand.
You seem very dedicated to your job. I can appreciate that.
I am, yes. Mainly because I want to keep it. Now, unless you want to come back here and pick up a pen, I really need to get back to my work.
A tempting offer, but I'll have to decline. I'll be back later.
Vamos seguir uma. Aí. Então, peraí. Typewriter ribbon.
Pardon me, miss. Would this typewriter ribbon be of any use to you?
It certainly would. Mine wore out yesterday, and I ordered a replacement, but it hasn't come in yet. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. I greatly appreciate it. This will cut my work time by half at least.
My pleasure. Happy to
Então
help.
agora você pode me colocar em contato com o caboclo, né?
Pardon me, miss.
What may I do for you, sir?
George Merrick.
I'd like to see Mr. George Merrick.
Take a number. Mr. Merrick is in very high demand. I'm afraid he's
Acabei de
not
te
currently
ajudar,
seeing
ué.
walk-ins.
Would it be
Tá falando
possible
que
to
eu
make an
tenho.
appointment to see Mr. Merrick?
Certainly. Let me see. Our next available appointment is next April.
What?
What?
That's preposterous.
Mr. Merrick is a very busy man.
I think you've made that quite clear. Come now. I helped you out with your typewriter.
Yeah.
Now you're just gonna hi-hat me? I don't know how things work down here, but where I'm from, one good turn usually deserves another.
Okay. Keep your shirt on. I'll level with you. I'm not going to be able to get you an appointment, but I can tell you that Mr. Merrick keeps an eye out for fresh talent. If you can manage to do something to impress him, he may see you without an appointment.
I see. What would you suggest?
Well, I'm not sure, but you might be able to get something done at today's land auction.
Aonde que é isso?
A land auction, you say? Where and when?
It's set to start this afternoon, around 2 o'clock. You'll find it at the corner of Granada Avenue and Coral Way.
Fantastic. I'll head over there right away.
Good luck.
Have you
Sobre
got
isso aí.
any pertinent information on the Coral Gables development?
None I'm allowed to divulge, sir.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Thank you,
É.
sir.
Então vamos lá pra esse lugar aí. Esqueci de anotar onde que era. Exit map. Deve estar marcado ali. Isso. Land auction.
100. Do I hear 100?
This is crowd. Oh, the duck numbers aí, ó.
Well, fancy seeing you here.
Thanks. What brings you to my humble little land auction?
I'm trying to see Mr. Merrick, but it's proving a bit more difficult than I'd anticipated.
Don't say old Doc didn't warn you, son. Anyway, I'd love to chat, but I'm a bit tied up at the moment.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Actually, there is. See those two sets of stragglers over there, separate from the crowd? They're all about a hair's breadth away from buying, but I just can't get them to budge. Take your pick. If you can convince either set to buy some houses, I just might put in a good word for you back at the sales office. The fellow by himself there seems like he won't take too much effort to convince. If you want a real challenge, you might try the crowd of 5 there.
I'll see what I can do.
Attaboy. Oh, one more thing before you get started. I know you've got experience in this business, but I want to talk to you about seller intuition. From time to time, you might find yourself needing to persuade someone. You know as well as I do that that's all about finding a person's weakness and bending it to your whim. When you're talking to them, you can use seller intuition to your advantage. It'll give you a clearer read on people and let you figure out what you should play to in order to get them to see things your way. But enough yammering from me. Go and do what you have to do.
Vamos no carinha aqui, vamos ver de qual é.
Pardon me, sir. I wonder if I could have a moment of your time.
What can I do for you, Mac?
The name's Alfred
Mac.
Banks, and I think I'm the one that can do something for you. I hear you're in the market to buy a lot.
It's true. I've heard plenty about this Coral Gables development, but I've got some reservations.
Let's have a chat then. I'm sure I can assuage all your concerns.
Okay. I have to admit, I'm not exactly the researching type. Fact is, I'm just going by what I've been told. I've noticed that they're not just selling houses, but also lots. What good is a patch of dirt to me anyway?
Your attempt to persuade this person. Pick a dialogue choice based on what you think will make them lean towards your argument. Pay special attention to their face, as it often is an indicator of your progress. If you need a hint, click the selling intuition button to perform a personal. Okay. If you fail, there are always other ways to convince them. Ok. Então. Oi. Não, só vi essa mensagem agora, eu já tô indo. Já. It's a long-term investment, payoff will come later. Okay, explain.
You have to think of it as a long-term investment. You buy the land, build a house, and over time, the value of both increase. You stand to make a profit.
I'm not really interested in all those numbers. Leave that business to the accountants. I just want a place to live. Everybody keeps going on about the area, but what's so great about it?
Okay. Comfort.
From what I've seen, you'll have everything at your doorstep. You won't need to travel very far to get what you need.
Well now, that's definitely an advantage. If there's one thing I despised about my home up north, it was having to walk everywhere in the cold. One thing I don't understand though, why is the land being sold at an auction? It seems a bit shady, to be honest.
Por quê? Deus.
Because you can pay what you feel is best for the land. You're more likely to get a good deal this way.
I suppose that's a fair point. Now be honest with me. All this seems a bit too good to be true. There has to be something that isn't right about all this.
There will be growing pains, but everything will balance out at the end. No, truth.
Like any large undertaking, there's going to be growing pains. There's going to be construction, and not everything will be available right away, but you'll see. This place will be thriving in no time.
I appreciate your honesty. There ought to be more salesmen like you.
So what do you say? Do we have a deal?
We sure do. Where do I sign?
A pleasure doing business with you, sir. I hope you'll enjoy your new home.
Ok, e aí?
Nice job over there, Banks. You got a real knack for this business. Now go get some rest, would you? You don't want to overwork yourself first day here, after all. And sold! You made a choice you won't regret, sir.
Ok, então, galera, vamos terminar esse vídeo por aqui. No próximo episódio continuaremos a nossa aventura. Um abraço e até a próxima.